good boiler technician can walk into a boiler room and spot trouble before ever touching a tool. But how quickly can you do it? I'll bet you can find the problem in less than 5 seconds. Today I'm going to show you 3 boiler room photos. You'll have 5 seconds to spot the red flag in each one. Some of these mistakes cause nuisance problems. Others can lead to poor heating, water hammer, and failed controls. So put on your detective hat and let's see how you do. This is Ray Wolfhard, the Boiler Room Detective. My 14 boiler books are available at T.F. Campbell, Pronto Heating Supplies, Amazon, and heatinghelp.com. Take a look at this picture. What red flag do you see? Did you spot it? There's a steam trap installed on the main condensate return line just before the tank. This is commonly called a master trap. Whenever I see one of these, I want to run as fast as I can from that building. Why? Because a master trap usually tells me there are other problems in the steam system, and those problems become your problems the minute you touch anything. The master trap is almost never the original problem. It was usually installed as a band-aid for another problem. In a 2-pipe steam system, the radiator and system traps are supposed to keep the steam out of the return piping while allowing air and condensate to pass. But steam traps eventually fail. If several traps fail open, steam can enter the return system and show up at the condensate receiver. Someone sees steam coming from the receiver and thinks, I know how to fix this. I'll install one big steam trap before the receiver. Problem solved, right? Nope. Now the system is double trapped. Air and condensate have trouble getting out of the system. You may even see slow or uneven heating, condensate backing up into the returns, water hammer, and higher fuel costs. The master trap hides the real problem instead of fixing it. When I see one, I ask 2 questions. Why was it installed? And how many traps are leaking into the returns? I learned this lesson the hard way. I was working in an apartment building that had a master trap, and I removed it. What the owner neglected to tell me was that someone had removed all the radiator traps because they were leaking. When I removed the master trap, steam poured out of the receiver vent and overflow piping. That was a crazy day. The lesson? Don't just remove the master trap and walk away. Test the individual traps, repair the failed ones, and find out why the master trap was installed in the first place. Or just run away. Case number 2. Let's take a look at this boiler. This time the problem isn't what you see, it's what you don't see. Look closely at the pressure controls and the pressure gauge. Did you find it? There are no visible pigtails, siphons, or water seals to protect the pressure controls. Why does that matter? A pressure control on a steam boiler has an important job. It cycles or limits the burner based on boiler steam pressure. The control needs to sense the boiler pressure accurately, but it also needs protection from direct steam. Steam entering a properly designed pigtail or siphon condenses and creates a water and air seal between the boiler steam and the control. Here's something else to remember. Just because you see a pigtail doesn't mean everything is okay. Pigtails can plug with sediment and often do. I've seen pressure controls that look perfectly installed, but when we removed the pigtail, the passage was completely blocked. The control couldn't actually sense the boiler pressure. On this boiler, I would check the manufacturer's installation requirements, install the siphons or water seals, and make sure every passage is clear. Test every operating and limit control. Never assume a control is working just because it's there. A safety control is only a safety control if it actually works. Case number 3. Here's the last one. And this picture has 2 red flags. Can you spot them? The first thing I notice is that the receiver vent connection has been reduced. See the bushing on there? The second thing I noticed is a pipe plug on the tank overflow fitting. A boiler feed tank is an atmospheric vessel. It needs to breathe. When hot condensate returns to the tank, some of the condensate may flash into steam. Air and vapor need a proper path out of the tank. Restricting or reducing the vent can create operating problems and interfere with the proper movement of air, vapor, and condensate. Then there's the plug connection. I can't tell you from this picture why it was plugged, but I can tell you this. When I see piping that's been reduced, plugged, capped, or modified, I start asking questions. Who changed it? Why did they change it? What problems were they trying to solve? And did their solution create a new problem? Before changing anything, I would identify the tank manufacturer and model, check their piping requirements, and verify the vent and overflow arrangement. Find out why the piping was modified. The lesson from these pictures is simple. The master trap tells me someone was fighting steam in the returns. The missing pigtails tell me the person that installed it did not know steam systems. And the reduced vent and plugged overflow tell me someone modified the receiver piping, and I need to find out why. A good technician doesn't just replace the failed part. They ask, why did it fail? What happened before I got here? And what is the piping trying to tell me? Because every boiler room has clues. You just need to know where to look. How did you do? Did you spot all 4 problems? Drop a comment below and let me know which ones you found first, and share the strangest boiler room red flag you've seen. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the next case. This is Ray Wolpart, Boiler Room Detective.